exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fisheye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. Skipping a weightless worm under docks and pontoons is an efficient way to reach largemouth bass tucked beneath the canopy. On this week's episode, Kim targets these out-of-the-way fish and shares his tips, technique, as well as underwater observations. He'll hook, then look into what makes this presentation such a fruitful pattern.
Whoa! O-Wacky, jaw-jacky.
While enjoying a fresh cup of coffee, Kim takes a moment just to smell the roses. The aroma the fresh lake air brings forth is a soothing one, causing him to ponder his degree of contentment this midsummer morn. Yet his awareness is soon diverted towards the abundance of boat docks and pontoon boats. So, with the use of an O-Wacky tool, he places an O-ring on a 5-inch Strike King Ocho stick worm, then takes a 2/0 weedless hook, simply rigging the worm wacky style, and initiates his approach.
There's one. Oh, yes. Yes, well, not a bad fish either. Yes. Look at there. That'll start us out this morning on the O-Wacky rig. Come on up here. Nothing wrong with that. There we go. Yes, sirree. That'll start us out. Come here. Right in the roof of the mouth. The old Ocho O-Wacky rigged. I guess I might turn around and just try it a little more and see if I get any more in here, and then head back out to the main lake. But yeah, that'll start us out.
Although cruising largemouths can be caught out and about as well, Kim's main intention today is to target those that reside in the shallows beneath pontoon boats. This sort of cover will harbor a bass or two all summer long. However, the trick is casting accuracy, which isn't always that easy.
Money. There he is. He took off, man. He really ran with it. Because when I felt the bite, and he come out of the water outside of the pontoon. Not a giant, but still another fish on the O-Wacky rig.
On populated all-sports lakes, most lakefront homeowners install a dock to moor their boats and pontoons. In northern waters that freeze solid in the winter, these dock systems are removable. Yet the temporary structure still provides a shady canopy that will draw bass throughout the summer months and shouldn't be overlooked.
Usually, you need to get up there at least 2/3 up on the pontoon. You know, if it drops right at the back, you might get a bite, but odds are it's got to get back in there. Ought to be. It's a good looking. There he is. There, man. Oh gosh, he's down in the weeds and everything. Look, oh, there we go. Man, he whacked it. He definitely whacked it. Get my net. Make it easy. You liked my little Ocho, didn't you? That's another one of those keeper size, but I'll take them. There we go. Yeah, there's a nice chunk. Definitely. You could tell that these were better docks. There was deeper water coming to them for one thing, but there's vegetation around them. I bet we get another bite down here.
Stay tuned. The odds are in Kim's favor. When Hook and Look returns. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Lose, feel the difference. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Seagar, trust Seagar when everything is on the line. And by AquaView, reinventing underwater cameras.
The wacky-rigged Ocho. This is sometimes called a sissy stick. And the reason is that it's so easy to fish and it's so easy to catch fish, and it catches a lot of fish. But this is a typical wacky rig. The downside with that is with many fish grab it, they'll tear the worm off. And that's where an O-Wacky tool, this is the original O-Wacky tool. And what you do with the worm is you put an O-ring on it. Grab another Ocho, and you stick the O-ring on it just like that. And instead of, putting your hook through the worm that can damage the worm, you just hook it underneath that little O-ring, just like that. You'll save so many worms. I've caught I don't know how many fish on the same worm. Good deal. The O-Wacky rig. The whole trick of this is the skip, is to get it where you want it. And if you can get it in those tight places, odds are you're gonna get bit. There he is. There he is. Come on out of there. Come on out of there. Ooh, he feels good. He feels pretty good. Yeah, that's a little better. Look at him go bad. Look at him go. Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah, look at that. Get the net. Come on over here. Ocho, Ocho. Ocho. Yes, now we're starting to get a little better, aren't we? Think? Just coming the right kind of docks. Man, I had you hooked, didn't I, buddy? There we are. Yeah. Now that's a good, healthy looking fish. Definitely.
Yes, I am.
Now I'm having fun. Oh, yeah. There we go. Ooh, that looks like a little better fish, I think. It's not bad. Yes. That's kind of the usual. Kind of clones. But they're fun. Yep. Just keeper clones. On that old Ocho, that's green pumpkin candy. You can see it's got green purple flake in it, and that is an awesome color.
Taking into consideration that the core of any angling presentation consists of several components, today's Seagar system begins with a 5-inch green pumpkin candy Strike King Ocho stickworm, cleverly rigged with an O-Wacky tool O-ring. A 2/0 weedless wide gap wacky hook is tied to a leader of 10-pound Seagar Abrazex fluorocarbon, which is then attached to a highly visible main line of 20-pound Seagar flash green smackdown braid. The entire collaborative is skipped smoothly with a 7-foot Team Lou's custom Pro Speed stick and Team Lou's Mach Crush Speed spin reel.
There he is. Come on out. Yeah. Whoa. Get over here. Come on, come on. It's caught in the bottom lip. But again, a clone to all of them. He's right in the bottom lip. He's a decent fish. There we are. Just another decent keeper. There's lots of fish on the pontoons, that's for sure. I keep thinking that next cast I'm going to get a big one. There's got to be some on them.
Coming up, Kim will share a look under the pontoons. Don't go away.
Yes, sir. Just twitch it and I'm letting it fall and I'm watching that flash green smackdown braid. You can really see it. There he is. There he is. Get out of there. He's throwing the engine. Now this is the reason you need a Abrazex fluorocarbon. Coming around that engine like that, how abrasive that was. In addition to outboard motors, some pontoon boats have added obstructions, live well pumps for instance. There he is. Ooh, get out of there, get out of there. Ooh, he's hooked on that. Get off. Oh, he got off. Now, the adjacent docks and boat lifts create a whole other level of difficulty. The heavy-duty aluminum construction with sharp edges, stainless steel cables, and protruding nuts and bolts presents an abrasive, complex piece of structure that is problematic to get a fish out of. This is just another instance why I highly recommend using Seagar Abrazex fluorocarbon leader. There is no way that I would consider using monofilament line in this rasping scenario. But don't avoid the challenging opportunity, just be prepared for it. The bass are in there and they're eager to bite. It's a good looking dock here, made out of a pontoon boat. I bet you there's one under it too. If there's a fish under there, he'll jump on it. Promise you. There he is. Ooh, yeah, get up. Ooh, that's a better one. Get off that. Yes. I said again, I thought it was better. Catching a lot of fish. Get in here. Catching a lot of fish, but not getting the size, and it just seems to be what's underneath the docks right now. So what do you think? Have I been catching the fish that are available, or could there be larger fish present that have simply been ignoring my bait? Well, that's a good question, and I know a good way to be certain.
You can see how light it is out here and how dark it is under the pontoons when you come on. Not until you get in here that you can see. Oh, I see a bass. I've said it before, the fish that are underneath an overhead canopy like this are more secure. And this is just a sandy bottom here. There's not a lot of weeds. But right thing in there. Keep moving out.
Just like when I was fishing, I traveled from dock to dock, pontoon to pontoon, and I discovered that there wasn't a lack of fish at all. In fact, I would say that more than half of the pontoons I investigated had a bass hanging under it. Yet they were the same quality as the ones I'd been catching. The docks with a little deeper water and weed growth did provide a little more concealment for schools of the available forage fish, young bluegill, which in turn draw the bass to the same area. Furthermore, I found that certain docks held some decent-sized bluegills and bluegill fry as well. Most of the docks I investigated, however, were around shallow open sand bottoms, and as I've shown you, the shallow pontoon boats will hold a fish or two and shouldn't be ignored when fishing. Yet when I investigate the skinny water from down below, I need to be alert and very careful. You can hear my scuba tank banging against the pontoon, alarming the bass and me as well. There is a risk of being crushed under here when other boats pass by, creating large wakes. Listen as my cameraman warns me of the approaching danger from topside.
Careful, that boat's going to be bouncing from the waves.
I see that. Yeah, the water's pretty shallow, too.
To sum it up, I'd been catching the size that was currently available under the docks. The larger bass must have been hanging out deeper off the break. But with that said, skipping an ocho under the docks and pontoons is an effective method to catch whatever sized bass are hanging under there. When we come back, I'll demonstrate the technique in greater detail.
Want more underwater content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be right back. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, the only outboard that lets you have it all. The original O-Wacky tool, your soft bait's best mate. Trick Step, because getting in and out of your trailer boat should be easy. And by Indian River, Michigan Tourist Bureau. Pure waters, pure trails, pure north.
If you've been tuning in each week, by now you probably know that my primary rods of choice are Team Lou's Custom Pro Speed Sticks. Each Custom Pro Series rod blank is precision crafted with Lou's exclusive multi-layered proprietary graphite blanks. These rods are lighter, faster, stronger, and deliver maximum sensitivity. Furthermore, the assortment of actions are designed by the Lou's Pro Staff. Each tangle-free stainless steel guide not only have superior strength, but the zirconium inserts provide smooth casting. Lou's custom handles utilize premium-grade cork with integrated EVA and DuraCork for advanced comfort and performance. Reel seats feature Lou's exclusive graphite skeletal design with soft touch feel. Spinning models come with professional style hook keepers, while casting models have a built-in trigger hook keeper. And they all come with Lou's limited lifetime warranty, so try one yourself. You won't be disappointed.
Regardless of the fact that Kim hasn't caught a bass over 3 pounds today, he has certainly demonstrated the effectiveness of an O-Wacky rigged ocho with numbers of fish. He clarifies the technique.
The whole trick to penetrating the docks and pontoons is mastering the skip cast, which with a weightless O-Wacky rigged ocho is rather easy when using a spinning rod. Just like skipping a stone, you crouch lower to the water and with a sidearm cast, present the lure and it will gently skip across the surface, reaching far back in hard to reach places. Casting as well as skipping performance is enhanced greatly by the use of Seagar's Smackdown braided line. The round, ultra-thin profile of this line is what makes the difference. And it's another good point is after you fish a dock to work in between them. A lot of fish just cruise back and forth on the inside of a weed edge like this. There's one right there. There's one right there. Ooh, man, he's taking off. Now he came out on the inside of the weed bed. Oh gosh, look at him go. Oh, look at him, that's a little better fish. Is that a smallmouth? I believe that might even be a smallmouth. It is, and a nice one at that. I'll take him, that's for sure. That's a nice fish. I was wondering why the heck is he fighting so much? Oh, look at that. Come on up here. That's a darn good smallmouth. Yes, sirree. That was a surprise. Oh, smallmouth on the Ocho. Yes, sirree. Now he wasn't under the dock. He was out on the flat, just out away from the dock. And that's one thing with a wacky-rigged Ocho is you can cover nice quiet skip, you can cover the weed beds, and we may very well show you how we can drop shot it as well. But that's for another show. And speaking of another show, Evinrude District Sales Manager Tony Funk and I head north for some explosive smallmouth action. We'll catch them on top, then employ more subtle presentations midday for skinny water smallmouths. That's next week on Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.